Hello all, my name is Adonis and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a love coming spread for all of my Libras out there for the week of August 11th to the 17th. So that's from August 11th to the 17th for all my Libras out there. So without any further ado, let's get started. Okay. Sun, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, Sun, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. Show me cards I need to see. Show me cards I need to see. What kind of love is coming towards my Libras during the week of August 11th to the 17th. Show me cards I need to see. Show me cards I need to see. Okay. All right. So, first out the gate here, we got the Queen of Swords. That is an air sign individual, which is an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. And so this person that's approaching you, again, I like to call the Queen of Swords, the air sign, the no BS card. So what that means to me, that's a person that's massively like mad logical, like cuts through right through the chase, kind of tells it like it is, but they're very diplomatic and logical about it, right? So this person is in your orbit, approaching you. If they haven't already, they probably have tried to communicate with you, but we have a Ten of Wands energy here. That tells me that they're feeling like it's kind of like a burden. It's kind of burdensome. It's kind of cumbersome to them because I'm kind of getting a feel here that you're not really being accepting of their advances, pretty much, and they're kind of trying to figure out why. What's going on here? What's going on with this individual? And so, because of that situation, it does look like we got the Two of Wands here as well. They're kind of weighing their options, looking at another individual as well, because although although they do want to continue pursuing you, they feel like they're not getting anywhere fast, so they're kind of looking at their other options. Now, with that being said, you also have a King of Cups individual pursuing you well. That is a water sign person. That is a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio. And this person that's pursuing you, again, it's they're very generous energy. Yeah, very generous, very considerate. And again, they're coming at you and they feel like they got the Four of Cups energy here. It's like their advances aren't being accepted. They're not really being accepted. So they kind of feel like they're trying to figure out, okay, what's going on here? And you also have the Five of Swords here. So they're trying to figure out, should I kind of stay with this? Should I stay trying to pursue this? Or should I just kind of walk away? And it seems like the air sign individual and the water sign individual are both in the same situation when it comes to you, actually. So maybe you're just not available at the moment and you're not on the market. Maybe that's what it is, and maybe like you're kind of giving out kind of like the wrong vibes, or maybe you're just like mad picky, and so they feel as though that their advances aren't being accepted. They both kind of feel the same way, and it's kind of a sense of kind of frustration has set in with both these individuals. In addition here, the water sign individual, now they feel like they've used their intuition. They're using their intuition. They feel like, okay, I've kind of felt this thing out here. It seems like they're into me. Like, what's up? Like maybe I'm getting mixed signals here. Maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way. That's beginning to occur to this water sign individual. Now, with that being the case, we have the Empress energy here as well. And that is fertility, that is abundance, that is material wealth. So this water sign individual is like, hey, listen, again, that is a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio. So, you may know this person, you may not know this person, you may not notice this person. But nevertheless, this person's got on their mind, hey, listen, they got big plans for you guys. You may not know it, but they know it. if that makes any sense. So they're thinking, hey, you know, like I want to, you know, there's going to be a lot of love. There's a lot of love here. There's a lot of abundance here, possibly kids in the future. So they seem like they got this whole thing pretty much mapped out. And they got the Magician card here as well. They're using their, to the fullest extent, they're trying to manifest their own reality when it comes to you. So like I said, they got it all figured out. You just don't know it yet, if that makes any sense to you. So that's what's going on with that. So let's see what kind of energy you're working with. What kind of strengths are my Libras working with? What kind of strengths are my Libras working with the week of August 11th to the 17th? What kind of strengths are my Libras working with during the week of August 11th to the 17th? Show me the cards I need to see. Show me cards I need to see. Show me cards I need to see. Okay. Okay. Well, at least now I know why you are being a little bit picky. Okay, cool. So, here's the thing. We got the Three of Wands energy here. And one of the strengths that you're working with is that you got a lot of choice. You got a lot of options. You got a lot of options. Everybody wants you. So you got a lot of options here. So you're like, you know what? If something doesn't specifically fit exactly what you're looking for, then you're not going to pay it any mind here. And that's what's going on here with this particular situation, with this air sign individual and this water sign individual. Also, we got the King of Pentacles here. And that tells me that you got your finances tight together. So you got your finances tight together. You're not looking to play any kind of games here with this situation. And so you're looking for something solid and legitimate. You know, you're not looking to kind of date around. You want to find, you're being picky because you do have options. You got yourself together, so you want someone else, whoever you mess around with, to have themselves together too. And we got the Five of Wands energy here. And that means conflict, tension, competition. And so, you know, funny enough, this is saying to me that you're like, hey, may the best person win. Let them woo me. Let them, you know, let them give me gifts. Let them get my attention. I'm cool with that. You don't mind if people are fighting over you right now because you feel like you're worth it. You got yourself together. You're in a good place. And so you're like, go ahead. If there's conflict, if there's tension, competition, I'm cool with that. As long as at the end of all of this, I get what I want. So that's pretty much what's going on here. Addition here we have the King of Wands energy, which is you're making wise choices when it comes to looking at the big picture, the end of the story. So that's why you're pretty much like, you got some choices, you got yourself together. You don't mind if there's tension and there's conflict because you're thinking about the bigger picture. You're like, you know what? At the end of all this, you got the Sun card here. You want to be happy, abundantly happy. And that's what's going on here. You want to be happy with your particular situation with the person you pick out. And you feel like, since I got my stuff together, they need to have their shit together too. That's pretty much exactly what's going on here. In addition, we got the Three of Pentacles, which lets me know that there could possibly be some type of work-related romance potentials here mixed in the mix too. Possibly somebody that you're working with here, and or maybe all of these individuals are people that you work with, quite possibly. But it seems as though there's some kind of love interest thing going on here at the job as well. Now, pretty much doubling down on what we've done with the Three of Wands, we've got the Two of Wands here, which says to me that you've pretty much, you got some choices, but you've pretty much narrowed it down quite possibly to two particular people. And you've got choices, and you're going to wait and see how things play themselves out before you make your decision. Now, also here I see we got this Nine of Wands energy here. And that's telling me that, hey, you're feeling a little bit defensive probably because, you know, what's going on here, as I said, with the air sign individual and the water sign individual, they're kind of like pushing up on you. And you know, like, hey, listen, we're trying to get your attention. We're trying to, we're buying you flowers. We're taking you out. But we're buying you gifts. We're trying to get your attention, and you're kind of like really not paying us a whole lot of mind here. And you're feeling a little bit defensive about it because you're like, wait a minute. You know what you want. You know what you're looking for, and you're feeling slightly defensive about it, just a little bit. You feel like you're having to justify why you're being picky in your choices. Now, I know why you're being picky with your choices, because you got the Hierophant here. You're looking for a long-term committed relationship that could possibly lead to marriage, and so, like I said, you're looking at the long game. You're looking at the end game of this situation. You're not, you're looking at the whole picture. And that's what's going on. Maybe that's what people don't understand. Again, these are all your strengths. And so this is what's working for you. It doesn't, you're not necessarily trying to, even though you are kind of explaining where you're coming from, you're feeling like, listen, I want something long-term solid, and I'm willing to wait until I find the right situation that fits my particular circumstances before I'm willing to move forward. Good for you. So that's what we got here. All right. So let's find out what if anything from the past could change the situation. Like so in other words, what from the past. What possible things from the past could come along and kind of change your perception on this thing here? So many cards I need to see what things from my Libra's past could possibly affect the outcome of these particular love interests. What things from the past could possibly affect the outcome of this particular situation, the love interest for my Libras? Ooh. Well, that's interesting. That is very, very, very interesting. So, first out the gate here, we got the Ace of Cups. Now, what could change possibly from the past? Like I said, you're kind of looking around, you're taking your time, because you want to find that right partner for you. The right fit, what's going to be a good fit. However, all right, all that could change if all of a sudden, bang, love. Like head over heels in love, and it's like, damn, I didn't see that coming. Like all of a sudden there's like this massive love connection. That'll change all of this. If somebody comes into your orbit, even though they may not have all of the criteria that you're looking for a marriage situation, because you're looking to, in your mind it's like, there's love, there's finance. You're kind of looking at the whole thing. But if somebody comes along and like bam, sweeps you off your feet, kind of like, damn, I didn't see that coming. That will definitely change this whole thing, because deep passionate love changes everything. In addition here, Wheel of Fortune is moving in your favor. So let's just say here, again, these are things from your past that could possibly change the situation here. And again, before, you possibly were dealing with a situation where you were dealing with somebody that didn't have their stuff together. That's why you need them to have their stuff together. But I said love can change. Real deep love can change that. Wheel of Fortune also. Let's just say with these two particular individuals, if you meet somebody outside of the situation that has their stuff together. You know, and it's like, you know, this person, I love this person meets my criteria, bang, bang, bang. These two people are going to be out of there. All right? They're going to be out of there. So that's the other thing. Finally, we got the King of Swords here. And in the past, you did not make very strong, you weren't really making very strong, solid decisions, wise decisions when it possibly came to the whole long-term, deep relationship thing. Again, what will change that is if these two individuals, if you're not able to be yourself, able to be a strong, independent individual that you seem to be right now. If they kind of challenge, you know, the strong positions that you take, well, like, hey, wait a minute, you know, why does this person have to check this many boxes? Why does he have to do this and this and this and that? And you're like, you know what, if they come and they challenge that, you're like, you know what, get out of here. Bounce, kick rocks, I'm done. So those are the things that will definitely affect the outcome of this situation. So let's see if the spirits have any additional information they want to bestow upon you before I shut this thing down. Is there any additional information you want to give my Libras before I shut this thing down? Is there any additional information that you want to give my Libras before I shut this down? Okay. Ooh. So. Spirit wants you to know that there is potential here. There is definitely potential here with these particular situations, even though it may not look like it is. There's seemingly some kind of potential here. So, I know you know what you want. The Spirit's trying to say, hey, listen, out of these two individuals, there's seemingly possibly some type of potential here with the situation. So that's something that you may want to keep in mind here. Just because the individual doesn't check all of the boxes, and like I said, I don't think that's particularly a bad idea to do because if you know what you want. But Spirit's saying, hey, listen, maybe that may be what your intentions here are, but you know, there possibly could be something here that's worth exploring a little bit further. All right. Secondly, we have the Alchemy card, transmutation, transforming from one thing to the next. So, in terms of this particular reading here, this could be one of two things here. The first being, you are right now you're pretty fixed in on what you want and what you're looking for, and Spirit's trying to say maybe there needs to be a little bit of transforming that needs to take place. Maybe you're being a little bit too rigid. Maybe being a little bit too rigid. Maybe being a little bit too picky. It's from transforming from one thing to the other. The other thing could be is you're in the process of transforming from one thing to the other as opposed to how you were before. Now you're transforming into who you need to be to make the more solid choices for yourself. Now that's a possibility as well. And I more or less lean towards the latter than the former because, as I said before, you want to be the best version of yourself. And whatever helps you get there, I'm all for. And I think that's what Spirit's trying to say here is that, there's potential here with this situation, but you're transforming from one aspect to another aspect to make you more of a whole person. And I further double down on that because also we got the balance card here. So that means there's balance, there's moderation. So, Spirit's saying, hey, listen, there's potential here, but you're transforming from one thing to another. But you got to make sure there's balance there. You got to maintain that balance. There has to be balance in your life. It's okay to be a little bit picky, but you don't want to be too picky, whereas though you miss out on a great opportunity, someone really worth value, that brings value to your life, rather. On the same token, you don't want to just settle for any old thing you know, because you do deserve the best and you want the best. And there's nothing wrong with that. So with that being said, I'm going to shut this thing down. This is a general love reading. Hopefully it resonates with you. If it does, feel free to get a personal reading so we can dig a little bit deeper into the situation. And if it didn't, you still may want to get a personal reading so we can dig into your particular situation. Leave all the information below. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.